Hello, I am Letitia Hawkins, and I am a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Rho Delta Omega Chapter. We are located in Palo Alto, California, and I am here with Gilena Monroe,
Hello.
who is also a member of my sorority and my chapter. She is a graduate of a historically black college and university, and I'm interviewing her to see what her time was like and how going to an HBCU prepared her for the career she has now. Hi, Jelena.
Hi, Letitia.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. I'm so glad you could sit down with me and have this
I
conversation.
am happy to be here as always.
Great. So, what school did you go to and what year did you graduate?
I attended Kentucky State University in Frankfort, Kentucky, and I had the pleasure of graduating in May 2002.
Wonderful. So, what was it like going to an HBCU?
Oh my God. Going to an HBCU was amazing. For me, it was like I never left home. The support, the friendships, the family. So for me, Kentucky State University was just like home. So for me, homecoming really means going back home.
Okay, so you majored in a STEM area,
I did.
and what type of degree did you get?
I obtained my Bachelor of Science in Computer Science.
Wonderful. And so, what was it like studying computer science at an HBCU?
It was, I would say it had its good and its bad points. The hard part, of course, was working in a STEM area, learning how to code, staying up late nights, just trying to get a program to work. But like I said, going to an HBCU where it was just like being amongst family, we all supported each other. So having classmates where we were able to study together and work together made it that much better.
So, what made you choose Kentucky State?
So actually, Kentucky State offered me a full scholarship.
Okay.
So that was the real reason I decided to attend and have not regretted it for 1 second.
So, actually, I think you have dispelled a couple of myths about going to an HBCU. One is that they don't have scholarship money, they don't give out scholarships. Well, here you have an example of a person who got a scholarship to go to an HBCU, and I take it the curriculum was challenging, and
Absolutely.
you think it prepared you for life outside of college?
It did. I actually, right now, my career is in cybersecurity, so I've been able to use my computer science degree in my career in my everyday job. So
Well, that's wonderful. So, as an HBCU graduate and as it's being family, have you found that you've been able to give back since getting out of college?
I have, especially in the workplace. We have summer interns that come to our campus at NASA Ames Research Center every year. And for the first few years, none of the students looked like me. So it was the opportunity for me to take it upon myself to create projects for them to come in and do and lead and get that real world experience. So yeah.
That's wonderful. So, let's see, of all of the times you've had at Kentucky State, can you just tell us one or two of your most memorable experiences?
So when I think about Kentucky State, the first thing that comes to mind is our band. You know, everybody that's ever attended an HBCU will probably say the same thing, but our marching thoroughbreds have to be the best there is. I still remember, the first week of coming back on campus and just hearing them practicing and playing throughout the yard, and of course at every home game,
Right.
in the stands. So as soon as I hear Kentucky State University, the first thing that pops in mind is our amazing band.
All right, so before we end our conversation, do you have any advice for anyone thinking of going to an HBCU or in particular Kentucky State for their academic training?
Absolutely. So I tell people all the time, I attended an HBCU and I work alongside people who have also either attended HBCUs or predominantly white institutions, and I'm able to perform, just as well as the next person. But for me, I have that added benefit of having attended a university that is like home, where people are so like-minded, and still able to excel. So absolutely, I highly recommend HBCUs to anyone. And there's so many to choose from. So,
Right.
But my amazing HBCU, my amazing Kentucky State University, is small, liberal arts college. So if that suits an individual's needs, then of course I highly recommend Kentucky State to anyone.
Well, thank you so much, Gilena. And for those of you who didn't know, I happen to know that Gilena is an award-winning engineer at NASA. So she has been a great representation of her school, and I am so pleased to be able to bring her story to you. And I hope you all come back for our next episode of interviewing Rho Delta Omega chapter members who have graduated from historically black colleges and universities. Thank you, Gilena.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.